in just 10 short days, the food stamp program, otherwise known as SNAP benefits, are changing again in a huge, huge way, impacting millions upon millions of beneficiaries. Well, that's what I want to share with you here in this video because, again, this is going to blindside a lot of people in a huge way. And I also do have this article right here, which I will pop up in just a second so you can see and read for yourself exactly what they're talking about, the major changes, and some of the problems that are going to come out of this that I certainly want to bring to your attention because this is going to be a bad, bad, bad situation. And again, I just want to be here to let you know I'm not here to scare anybody. I'm not here to discourage anybody, but rather I want you to be aware of what these changes are, who is going to be impacted by these, and what it means for all the 42 million beneficiaries across the entire country. Now, I think we all recognize over the last couple months here, we've seen multiple different changes within the food stamp program, a lot of which that went into effect as of November 1st. We had the disruption or the lapse in benefits the first half of November. That was a massive mess as well. And now this is going to be impacting 18 states. So within these 18 states, we've got millions and millions of beneficiaries, again, being impacted by this. And it is all coming down to those waivers that were granted by the USDA for these 18 states to ban the purchase of, well, take your pick. It actually depends on which state you're located within because the rules are different in every single state. And that's kind of the problem as well, is that there's no uniformity between all of these states, but rather it's a little bit different. They're banning things like sugary drinks, carbonated beverages, dessert foods, candies, all kinds of random things. In fact, let's pop this article up right here, right now. Feel free to read through the details. A little bit of this is redundant, like I've talked about before in other videos, but there is one section of this article. In fact, the part that I have pulled up right here is the actual part that I want to talk about and focus on, which is this, exactly what I just said. The lack of uniformity across these 18 states as far as what is being banned. Now get this, they're projecting upwards of 120,000 food items are likely going to be banned. I'm going to be fair. I don't know how many food items are in any given grocery store. I have no idea. I mean, it's probably several hundred thousand, but 120,000 food items that are likely going to be banned from this. What's going to be left to buy? I mean, seriously, right? What is going to be left for SNAP beneficiaries, food stamp beneficiaries, EBT card holders to buy with their benefits if they ban the purchase of 120,000 food products? I don't know. Maybe there's millions of food products. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Maybe I should have looked that up and see if I could find some kind of stats on that before I made this video. But if they ban 120,000, that's going to leave like slim pickings for anybody in these 18 states to actually find something. Now, not only that, they don't really have a solid plan on how to enforce this. Like, what are you going to do to enforce this, right? They've got 120,000 products that they're looking at to eliminate the purchase of, starting January 1st, by the way. But how are they going to implement this? What are they going to do? Well, that's exactly, again, what they're talking about in this section of the article right here that I have pulled up, which is this is going to lead to tons of policing by cashiers and checkout, individuals, as well as a lot of embarrassment and, other issues that may pop up at the checkout counter when people are just trying to buy their things and all of a sudden, 1 out of 5 items, 1 out of 10 items, whatever it is. I don't know. Again, it's going to be different for everybody at every single state. There's going to be a handful of items that go through the register and they say, sorry, you can't use your card for this. Can you imagine how embarrassing this is going to be for a lot of people? And again, I've been talking about this for months. Over the summer, they granted the first wave of 6 waivers from the USDA for 6 states. Okay, so that was over the summer. And we started talking about it a little bit then. And then about, a few weeks, maybe a month later, they granted 6 more waivers for 6 more states to ban the purchase up to 12. And now, like a week and a half ago or so, give or take just a handful of days ago, they came back and granted 6 more waivers. So we're now up to 18 states across the country that have these waivers that have been granted by the USDA to ban the purchase of, again, take your pick. It's different for all the states. That is what the problem is here, is they don't really have a solid plan. Some states just ban the purchase of sugary drinks. Some states ban the purchase of carbonated beverages. Some states ban just sugary food and dessert purchases or candy. Some states ban both of them. Some ban Some states ban energy drinks, some states don't. It's a mess, right? Why are they all different like this? Shouldn't it just be the same rule across every single state? Why are they having all these different changes within each individual state? And why is it not uniform across the country? If they're going to implement this, why wouldn't it be the same, right? For the most part, across the country, food stamp beneficiaries fall into the same group of rulings, right? You kind of got the same rules across the board, regardless of which state you're in. Obviously, the programs are administered a little bit differently, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same set of rules for all the beneficiaries across the country. And we're not seeing that here with this new ruling that has come out with these waivers. But anyway, get this as well. And again, this part is also highlighted right here in this part of the article that I have pulled up, and maybe you saw it there. But they're saying this: any grocers that do not comply with this are looking at a 6-month ban from actually accepting EBT benefits. So point being is that, let's just say that your grocer, your local grocery store, whoever you go to for your local groceries, your weekly grocery shopping run or whatever it happens to be. Let's just say for some reason you're doing everything fine, no problem whatsoever. But there's somebody else out there that is coming through and they're buying prohibited items with their EBT card. And the grocer's saying, I don't know if this is really legit. Like, I don't know. We probably should be banning this, but we feel bad. We don't want to, whatever. And they said, let's just let it slide. Let's just go through, let it be bought with the EBT benefits. That grocer, if caught, which they likely will be, I'm just saying, because it's all, it's all digital. It's all ran through the scanner, and everything has a UPC, a SKU number, right? So the computer knows exactly what that product is. If your grocer is found selling these prohibited items, they're looking at a 6-month ban, a minimum of a 6-month ban from accepting EBT benefits. So you may be harmed from going to your local grocery store if they allow someone else to come through and buy prohibited items. Even if you may be doing everything totally fine, buying all the necessary items, not breaking any rules, which I don't think any of you in this community are breaking rules, right? Just based on the comments that I've seen. But if they were to let this slide and get busted on that grocer may lose their ability, their license to accept EBT cards and payments for a minimum of 6 months if they break the rules. That's nasty. That's going to hurt a lot of people. That's going to hurt a lot of people who are relying on this, because here's how it usually goes. And again, I think we all recognize how this game works, right? Doesn't matter what we're talking about. It's always like one or two or a very small group of people that ruins it for everybody. I mean, seriously, right? Look at the video that I just had out. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know. I had a video out recently where I was talking, I think it was a couple days ago actually. I was talking about a couple guys who owned these little convenience stores, and they ripped the program off for $7 million. That's just one story of a lot of stories that are out there of people that are really hosing the EBT, the food stamp program. Problem is with this, it's a very, 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 very small percentage of people that are taking advantage of the program. But unfortunately, because of that, they're ruining it for everybody. And all the beneficiaries are getting hammered left and right with all these new rules and different waivers that are being granted, and all of these different aspects of the food stamp program that are changing because of a few people that are taking advantage of the program and ruining it for everybody. That's how we see with just about everything, right? A small group of people ruin it for the majority, for the masses. Sad situation. Anyway, I want you to be aware, this all starts 10 days from right now as I film this video, January 1st, okay? As I get more information on anything out there, I will certainly bring it to your attention. I hope this helps you. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Please drop your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. Let me know what I can do for you. Otherwise, if you have not done so, please consider subscribing. 100% free. Big subscribe button right down below. Please share the video. Big share button right down below as well. Otherwise, please just have a nice day. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy holidays. I hope you're doing well. And again, I look forward to reading your comments. Otherwise, just stay tuned, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon. And again, please consider subscribing and sharing the video. Both buttons are right down below the video. It's all 100% free. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in the next one.